good afternoon, and happy Thursday. So I wanted to talk about food. On Thursdays, I like to talk about good food, meaning food that is, medicine, really. I mean, what we are, what we eat. And there's so much research of us being healthy when we eat well that it's one of those things, it's like a no-brainer, really. So on Thursdays, I get my Misfit market, and this morning I woke up super early, which I do most mornings. I get up at about 3 a.m. and I have about an hour or an hour and a half to do some things for me that I've learned that are super important that others have done, and it's one of those things where now I teach others how to do it. And it's a morning routine, putting together for myself, stretching and being on the vibration plate and writing in a journal and meditating and reading at least one page in a book, writing in a journal at least one page for myself. And those things have just helped me learn a lot about myself and what I want to do and keep pushing me forward. And especially now when there's so much unknown and so many things going on, our health is super important. And so I try to stay focused. I try to stay focused for my clients. I try to stay focused for my kids, my family. So on Thursdays I get Misfit markets, and I wanted to share with you the organic fruits and vegetables that get delivered to my house. I like it, I really do. There's some talk of, well, maybe it's a little bit expensive, but by Thursday, when I've ran out of my fresh fruits and vegetables that I could go to the store for and get without it going bad, I can then have my Misfit market kind of like drops, fruits and veggies off and get me through the rest of the week. And right now, I think it's a great thing. Through COVID, they stopped for like maybe a week or two, but they were right on with it. So I wanted to show you that. But before I do, I have two other things that I wanted to bring up. One is a detox that around this time of the year, it seems to like just come back up. Oh yeah, I really should make that again. There's so many detoxes out there, and there's so many powders and pills, and you could take this and you could do that, and you drink. And for me, I look for food. I look for food being our medicine. So there's so many benefits to lemon and detox and ginger and cranberry, also cinnamon, right? Now, as I started understanding food being medicine, it made sense that putting this together and kind of making myself a tea worked. Initially, before going plant-based, put honey in. But recently, well, not recently, in the last year or so, I've become plant-based, and I've used many times maple syrup as an alternative, and it's just fine. So what I do is sometimes over the summertime, I will freeze it in ice cube trays, and I'll take it out, I'll throw it in my seltzer water, I'll make tea with it. Right now, what I do is I kind of put it back into the jar and put it into the fridge, and if I want to make a tea, or if I want to add it to seltzer or something like that, I do that. And to me, it takes me a few days to drink it up. I feel better. It just seems to kind of, I don't know, it works for me. So I tell my clients, I tell my friends, that's what I do. And the other part to that is the seltzer water, right? For me, years ago, I stumbled upon the seltzer water machine. Now it's very much commonplace. I saw it in the back shelf of a gourmet kind of cooking place, and it was just like, what is that thing? And it was like, it was the best thing in my kitchen. And so this little guy who's been with me for many years. Still won't break, which is great, and truthfully, it's a simple little permanent lip, right? And it goes right in there. The canisters, I have a few extra. Initially, what I did was on eBay, you can find them empty. You get them super cheap. And then you can go and get, I take them to Bed Bath & Beyond and with my little coupon, and they return them and give me fresh ones, or new ones, fresh. So I always have some extras. Of course, it reduces lugging seltzer water around. It gives you another alternative for anything other than, calories in your drink, or too many. I mean, if you put a splash of this in there, it's really not like having soda. And I don't know, I think it's one of the best things that I have, that I use. So let me show you my Misfit Market. Alright, so this is the box. Alright. Oh, look, the packaging, I say this each time, and sometimes it's totally not different. I don't know what makes it one or the other, but sometimes it's packed in this kind of like, ooh, you can't see what I'm doing, hold on. Oh, low battery, hold on there. Alright, so what I was saying is, sometimes it's in like a paper, more of like a plastic form or whatever, but now it's like, this is perfect packing material. I reuse these boxes because my world has changed a bit, so I can use these for things that I actually sell, and there's actually, I reuse the boxes, things to pack. 2 huge ice packs. Again, I throw, over the summer, I'll throw these in the freezer, and I have it for like when I go to the beach, if somebody hurts themselves, no. And then simple packing, and then the fun begins. I picked these, I believe. So, let's see, I got celery, which I always like to get. I think that's cilantro, I can't read it. Cilantro or parsley, and I can't see. Oh, it's cilantro. And look, this one is a really great little box here. And then we have all sorts of peppers. Orange. Ah! More. I'm gonna come over here. Even more. All right, and then we have avocados. These avocados are really good. I mean, everything in here is organic, so it's a little bit tastier or a little different. I do not remember. I did order this, and I think it was $2, $2.99 more. I think it's in the cauliflower family, and I don't remember what it was called, but I was like, ooh, I gotta get one of those and see what that's about. So I'm gonna have to go back to the site and figure it out. If you know, please let me know. And some funky sweet potatoes. There's a random few potatoes, and then there's lemon, limes, and a cantaloupe. 4 limes. Where are you? Okay, here we are. And lemons. So, I wanted to just show you, I do think it's worth it. I do like it because of things like this. I've explored butternut squash. I've learned how to pronounce jicama. I've tried acorn squash and spaghetti squash in the last year or so. It's things that I wouldn't, it was out of my comfort zone, but it allowed me a lot more variety and inexpensive, truthfully. I mean, when I went plant-based, that's when I cut my bills like in half, and it was just kind of crazy. I was like, and at the time, it was the four of us. So the two of us were plant-based. My two kids weren't, and we cut our grocery bills right in half. And it was like kind of right before all COVID. So by COVID, we were eating beans and grains and things that were still on the shelf and easy. And now it's like it's just too simple. Like I make a soup, a lentil soup, and I eat it for a few days. Now it's just me in the house, completely plant-based. But it's one of those things where it's perfect. So this helps the detox, the seltzer water machine. If you're looking for things that are just healthier, I see these as 1%. They're things that make you feel better, that make your world better, that maybe your kids start to use the seltzer water machine, or somebody discovers something different with this and somebody in the house likes it more or whatever. I mean, today my daughter made a chickpea cookie with peanut butter and chocolate chip. And it was totally vegan, plant-based. It was better than most cookies I've ever had before. So it was just like, oh. She's like, oh yeah, I found it on TikTok and I figured I'd try it. Recently she's lost about 15 pounds and she's 16 years old and she's finally gotten into the groove. She originally she just had knee surgery and just gained a lot of weight, COVID, this, that, and the other thing, like a lot of people, And so she put some pieces together. I stay quiet and she's doing it herself. But it's these things that make it easy, right? So that's what we want to do for the families. Many times, most of my clients, their kids change the way they eat, their husbands or wives change the way they eat, their family around them, their friends start to ask questions. So food is medicine, and if we're not taking care of what we put in our body is not going to take care of us. So I hope you have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.